Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for Power Dynamos versus Prison Leopards. Let's get into this one. Let's start somewhere from here. Yeah. Oh no, forgot to mute it. There we go. All right. So Moses Shuma manages to power the ball. Manages to outpower the defender for the ball, and he's driving forward. He probably does the right thing because he's determined to get the ball away from him because he's made his decision. He hasn't decided to just strike back. He decided I have to prevent him from scoring. Don't forget, this is Moses Shuma, 15 goals in the Zambian Premier League, 14 when this game started. Quarter two. Gets past him easily, but he manages to get his foot in. And then here, as he takes the touch, he could play this pass right here. I do feel the defender hasn't yet sorted his foot out, and he could play that ball just that earlier to his teammate who has no one on him, and then he's onside. He fakes it, takes it to the other side. By this point, he's already recovered, and then he gets a block on. But if he played that ball quickly to his teammate, would have been better. But since he scored a lot of goals, it's one of those things that he has the confidence to take the strike on his own, or just to try and go all on his own. So it's understandable, but just wish he played it to his teammate there. All right, so there's a bit of play here on the wing. And one thing Power Dynamos are good at doing is playing it on the wing. That's why they scored all those goals against Moza. He's in the perfect position because immediately this ball comes, as it's coming to him, he can pressure for that ball. But now you'll see what happens. The ball arrives. Yeah, takes another touch. He doesn't go, he stays. All right. It's okay. There's no need to pressure the ball. He's too far away. And there's no one running alongside. But now this is the problem. He lets him go past. He lets him go right past him, and now he's behind him. He can't see. By the time he notices the ball has been played, and he's running in behind, and now he's chasing. That's the last thing you want to be doing is chasing. He can come out quicker. He can come out very much quicker. And it's not that type of quick where you run and he gets past you. You run quickly to a certain point, then you slow down, so you force him now. If you just run straight, it's easier for him to get past you. Unless you're very committed in what you're doing. There are those that manage. But now if you go and slow down a bit, some others, yeah, they do manage. That's if they are assured there's someone covering for them. But for him, he could definitely deal with this much, much quicker. And then even before the ball starts, he stands, doesn't even try to force him just that wide even more. He is unmarked. He is unmarked. And you see it even more as the highlights go on. See, still no pressure on the ball. He doesn't even force him to go anywhere. He runs behind him, very clever. If he ran the other side, the defender would have followed. Runs behind him, the cross comes in, good jump, hits the post, should have gone into the back of the net. Very unfortunate. They are very unfortunate. Should have scored. Once again on the wing, it's the same thing. No pressure. Okay, and yet they do not follow their runners. There should be someone pressuring, but in this instance, they can afford to just try stand back. How can I say not stand back, but drop back, maybe up to where he is, and then they keep themselves very aware of the players running alongside them. Same thing, runs behind him, nowhere near the ball. So it's very frustrating when you can do both. Pressure on the ball, tracking your runners. So if you want pressure on the ball, maybe you leave your runners, or you follow the runners, you leave them under the ball, but they do neither, nothing at all. He can see this. You're not close enough to block, you're not even trying to block the pass. You're moving even further behind, but you're not tracking anyone. Same thing. Easy pass. And then they'll wonder why it keeps happening. And then look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 players just taken out. He can actually cover that. He really can. Let's see what he does. No, he decides to run away, run away. Moses Schumann, he's the league's top scorer. All these players are just watching him. Let me draw that again. Everyone is just watching this guy run with the ball. Moses Schumann here, the league's top scorer, and then there's this gigantic gap here. There are problems all over. Wahala they everywhere. No one tries to block him. That's a good flick. That's a good goal. Moses Schumer. Give him a chance. See, that's a nice flick. Simple, simple football. Very bad defending. Very bad. Very bad. So I will start from here. This is another chance. He kicks it out wide. Moses Schumer once again. Another thing I like about him, he will chase every ball, gets it from the defender falls down. At this point, he knows he's running. For me, I do feel he could play it one time into the space. He doesn't need to play it forward, just into an area where his teammate can run to it. Remember, he is getting up and running. He's already in motion. He's more likely going to be the one to reach that pass, because even when I let it play through, you see that he's gone. Even he can still play the ball. The ball is still there to be played. He delays too much. And by the time, and then also the ball, it comes in very slow, very very slow. By that time, the opportunity that he did have, it's different from the one that he has now. And then he weighs his option. His teammate here is running. He can play. That's a simple ball. He is too far to go here, far away to intercept the ball from him. The gap is there. The gap is there for the ball to be played. Oh, sorry. The gap is there for the ball to be played. Oh no, what have I done? And then he goes and hits the defender in the head. And then once again, does not make good use of the second chance. Very, very bad. If he just played it into his team, it would have been much, much easier. And twice. Moses Schumer could have played it earlier, and even the other one could have played it earlier. This is a chance from Prison Leopards. All right, no cover whatsoever. He can afford to push. He goes there, then he is forced to go wider. One of those could happen, or they could keep tracking back until they decide someone has to deal with it. Boys played, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then no attempts to play the ball. He's in no man's land. He's in no position to either go for the ball. So here is where you make a commitment such that if the ball is passed, I will run as quick as possible to get that ball. He doesn't. And moreover, he doesn't even try to follow the runner. A simple 1-2 gets past him, and he should actually do better. At this point, he should get closer so that he either forces the pass or he can get the ball away from him and he's exploiting him. Fortunately enough, I think that's save. It hits the post, but I'm not sure what it was. And unfortunately, the equalizing goal. I'm a Power Dynamo supporter. Do not let Arsenal see the person that played this throw in. That is far. All right. The Leopards win first contact. He's near the D, but he's not at the D. That's the difference. I do believe this. Sorry, Power Dynamos could have put another player here just for the sake of security. Ball is in the air. Again, the Power Dynamos player gets it first contact. Funny enough, coming a bit optimistic, he could have played it into him so that he could kick it out further. There's only so far he can head the ball out. And then he takes it back to the Prison Leopards player. Very unfortunate. But like I've said, he could have headed it down for his teammate to, clear. He puts it back in. Now, the Power Dynamos player should immediately be kicked because as the ball goes up, what he should do, as he's seeing is about to, you can see what he wants to do. One leg is behind the other. If he wanted to jump upwards, he would be crouching down and going upwards. He's setting himself for an overhead kick. And I would be very frustrated if you're right behind someone and you allow him to do an overhead kick. You just grab him, be very close to him such that he can't even try to do an overhead kick. If he tries to lean, you push him, you lean forward so that you cancel out each other. You do not give him the time and space to conduct an overhead kick and put more pressure into your box. This is the last minutes of the game. So you do what you can to make sure you get the win, the 3 points. Very important. And then he's focusing too much on the ball at this point where he's looking, he can't see the ball. And that's a good strike. 90 plus. This could have been very, very, very much avoided. Very unnecessary, but you'll definitely learn from this. Better game management is needed. You can't allow someone, or first of all, the player that headed the ball could have headed it to his teammate so that he kicks it out even further. I think even at the time to bring it down and kick it out. Is it here? No, he didn't have the time to. Maybe he did. just to chase it down and even overhead kick it out. He probably did have the time. But even just to leave it because his teammate was here, but I feel he could have done better. Here, I have no problem, but here, you lose the first due and allow him to set up for an overhead kick. That was just too much. And even him, he should have been tighter. He's holding him, but he stops engaging with him. This is too far away. Oh, it's a good goal, really is. Otherwise, learn from this. It's a draw and happens. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, follow, share, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.